What's going on, everybody? Metal Dragon. I'm back. And, I had to do a couple of things, I had to change the battery and change the car for this thing, so... And I will tell you this is not my actual camera, this is my aunt and uncle's camera, so I'm borrowing it to make videos for YouTube, of course. Now, the album I'm going to talk about, and before I do that, I just want to check my phone here, because it's bothering the hell out of me. Okay. Now, the album I'm going to talk about is an album that a lot of the metal fans said that it was a great album, but there was a few things that the metal fans did not like about it. And the album I'm going to talk about, and it's actually right here in my collection, right in front of you right now. I'm about to pull it out right now. Destruction, Day of Reckoning. Now, if you don't know who Destruction is a thrash metal band from Germany. Came out in the 80s. Now, I don't know a whole lot of their albums yet because this is actually the very first Destruction album I ever bought. Now, I know a lot of you metalheads are going to criticize me and are going to say, oh, you can't call yourself a metalhead because you don't have Eternal Overkill and all the other albums that they released. Well, too bad. Okay? And look, it's not like I can buy every single fucking album on the entire planet, If I had the money to do that, I would buy every single fucking album, okay? But I can't. So for right now, I'm just going to review this album, and hopefully I'll get more Destruction albums in the near future. But let's get right back to the album. Destruction, again, 80s thrash metal band from Germany. And this album, for some odd reason, it's a great album, don't get me wrong, and a whole lot of metal bands said that. But they said that one of the things that they talked about and disliked about it was that the guitar sound on the album was too clean. Which I go, what? What? The guitar sound, to me, is probably the best sounding guitar sound I ever heard, to be honest with you. Like, I got so many metal albums, and right now, there's a lot of metal bands today that are trying to have the very lowest tuned guitar, make it so heavy and everything. And that's okay. But to me, this album right here it has the best guitar sound I ever heard. The guitar sound from Mike on this album is that it's heavy. It's really heavy, but it's warm. It's got that warm, heavy sound to it that I just never heard before. And when I actually played this album for the very first time, I was like, holy shit, the sound from the guitar is just amazing. It don't sound clean to me, it sounds warm and heavy. And to be honest with you, now, back in the day, when I first got this album, I used to listen to death metal, black metal, and I listen to thrash metal as well, and I listen to power metal, progressive metal, even glam metal, which a lot of you are going to criticize me again, but hey, you can't be a true metalhead just by listening to the thrash all the time, you got to expand a little bit. But Destruction, now from a lot of thrash metal bands I've heard, like I've heard vocals from a Creator, and Creator has that, it's kind of like a black metal vocals, but a lot more better, And Dave Mustaine, who's got that growl and snarl sound of his voice. Schmier has this, it's got this like, yeah, or something like that. It's just so unique. And when I heard it, I was like, whoa, this is really different. Because I'm so used to that yelling, growling, snarling. But this was kind of like a different sound to me, and it just made me go, whoa, what the hell, And the songs, and of course, if you don't know the songs, I'm going to read them to you, and I don't know if you could see that. And my camera's not going to focus. Okay, there we go. The Price, Hate Is My Fuel, Armageddon, son of a bitch. It's not going to focus. Why not focus? Alright, fuck it. Armageddonizer, Devils, Aduvocate, Day of Reckoning, Sorcerer of Black Magic, Misfit, The Demon is God, Church of Disgust, Destroyer or Creator, Sheep of the Regime, and of course there's a bonus track for the US, and it's a US exclusive bonus track. Well, the bonus track here is Stand Up and Shout, Dio cover, and the US exclusive bonus track is the Price demo version, which is awesome. Now, also, the other thing I will say is that the drumming is tight. It's tight. You know, it's right on the money. It's probably a good drumming sound. It's probably the best drumming sound I've heard from any thrash metal album. And I can name a few, you know. So all in all, and now a lot of the metal fans said, oh, this album is just great. Me, this album is just fucking awesome. It's really, the guitar sound is warm. It's not so fucking heavy like you expect from Cannibal Corpse or a lot of these newer thrash metal bands who's trying to go for that real heavy tuned down guitar sound. From Mike on this one, it's just warm, heavy sound. And me, this is probably, and I know their new album, and excuse me for that, but their new album, Spiritual Genocide, is a really good album too. So, Day of Reckoning and Spiritual Genocide are the best two new Destruction albums that I think are just the best. And maybe in the near future I'll get more of the old school Destruction albums, and I hope pretty soon. So that's it. And if you want to give me advice on what I should do on my metal reviews and stuff like that, just tell me, and I'll look at your comments or whatever, and I'll be like, okay, if this is what you want me to do, I'll try to fit that in there. Now I gotta save up some time because I know this camera is not gonna make me do a whole lot of videos. Anyway, this is Metal Dragon, and I'll see you next time in the world of metal. Later.